I think you guys can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. Yesterday I completed these two new registration and new voluntary registration. If you starting the new business, until you achieve certain threshold limit, you are not supposed to get registration. It is optional. If you want to get the registration immediately, you can get. Otherwise, you can wait till the threshold limit crosses. Okay. In that case, when the threshold limit crosses on the previous day of the threshold limit, previous day night, whatever the input containing in the raw material, finished goods, and work in progress, you can take the credit of those GST paid, provided if you have applied for the registration within 30 days of becoming liable to get registration. Okay, please bear this in mind. New registration and voluntary registration, two are different things. If you get voluntary registration, I mean to say, if you get the registration voluntarily, then when they grant the registration, previous day to that grant of registration, whatever the input of raw material, finished goods, and work in progress on which the GST has been paid, you can take the credit previous day of the grant of registration. Okay. If you observe in all these four cases, I will come back to these two. First two, the new registration, earlier the person will not be a registered person. In case of new registration also, before he grants the registration, he may not be a registered person. Okay. Now I am coming to the registered person category in these two. Currently you are a registered person. You're doing, or you are supplying the exempted supply. Supplying the exempted supply means it could be goods or it could be service. It is the exempted one. It becomes a taxable. The government announces that whatever the exempted supply was there, it becomes taxable from certain date. When it becomes taxable, you have the eligibility to take the credit of the GST paid on inputs plus capital goods. You can take the credit of the inputs and capital goods. When I can take the credit? When the product or when the supply becomes taxable on the day morning. I mean to say, when I say that day morning is nothing but the previous day. When it becomes taxable, previous day, whatever the input, when I say input, it will always be raw material, work in progress, and finished goods on which you have paid the GST. You can take the credit. With respect to input, the same logic. Okay. See here, when you were doing the exempted supply, whatever the input you would have received when you doing the exempted supply, you wouldn't have taken the input tax credit. Why? Because you are not supposed to set off against the output liability, since output is exempt. There is no point in setting off. You will not get the refund also. You will not eligible to set off of the input tax also, since the output is exempt. In this case, when it became taxable, whatever the input contained on the previous day when the supply becomes taxable, of that input, whatever the GST would have paid based on the document means invoice. You would be having the invoices of the materials for which you would have paid the GST. Of that GST, you can take the credit. input is common for all four. How to take the credit is common for all four. With respect to capital goods, now you have to be very attentive. With respect to the capital goods, when they have purchased the capital goods, assume, just I will take the example. Supply becomes taxable with effect from 18th August 2022. Assume. Okay. Whatever the supply you are doing, it became taxable till 18th. It was exempted. From 18th, it became taxable. Okay. Capital goods have been purchased on 20th Jan 2020. On this date, you have purchased the capital goods. How much capital goods? On which you have paid the GST of rupees 2 lakhs. This is the GST amount. You have paid the GST of rupees 2 lakhs on the capital goods purchase. I am only concerned with the GST value. I am not at all concerned with the asset value, GST. Okay. Now, my supply became taxable on this date. You can take the credit on input as well as on the capital goods. Now the question arises how to calculate how much credit I need to take with respect to capital goods. For each quarter, from the date of purchase to date of supply becomes taxable. Supply becomes taxable. Need to reduce 5%. 5%. Okay. You need to reduce 5% of the GST amount for each quarter. Now tell me, from this date to this date, how many quarters will be there? I explained quarter means what? What is quarter means?
3 months.
Jan to March.
3 months.
April.
Once a year, 4.
April to June.
April to June.
July to September. October to December. This is the quarter. Now tell me, in 2000, just I will, 1 second, how many tabs will be there? Okay. Just I will take this one, this side. In 2020, 2021, 2022, how many quarters will be there? In 2020, when they have purchased the asset?
20th January.
January means in which quarter it falls?
Which quarter?
Starting.
This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. In 2021, same thing. 5, 6, 7, 8. In 2022, how many quarters?
3.
How 3?
1, 2, 3. July, January, February, March,
10,
April, May, June.
11. Okay. 11 into 5%. How much? 11 into 5. 55. 11 into 5
The
is
55.
equal to 55. You have to reduce 55% from this. How much after reducing 55%?
Totally.
This
10,000.
multiplied by 55%. That becomes 1,10,000. You need to reduce that. 2 lakhs minus 1,10,000. 90 lakhs credit with respect to capital goods. You can take it on 18th August.
So on this 90,000, we will get the we will be charging the tax rate, sir.
I did not get.
So no, the GST on 18th August, what we will calculate is on the 90,000, right?
No, no, no. I'm not getting your question.
So
I'm not getting your question.
on
See, I will explain you. Huh? Listen carefully. Okay. I'm not getting the question. See, capital goods have been purchased on 20th Jan 2020. My supply became taxable on 18th August 2022. I paid the GST of rupees 2 lakhs on the purchase of the capital goods.
correct, sir.
GST,
Correct, sir.
not the value of the asset, paid the GST
Yes, sir.
of rupees 2 lakhs on this capital goods purchase. Now, how much credit I need to take with respect to capital goods, I need to calculate. For that, for that, I need to reduce each year, each quarter from the date of purchase till the date it becomes supply becomes taxable. For each quarter, I need to reduce 5% from the GST value.
Okay, sir.
I need to calculate how many quarters I have used the capital asset. In 2020, I have used 4 quarters. In 2022, I have used four quarters. In 2022, I used 3 quarters.
Quarters.
Okay. See, ITC and capital will be 5% per quarter. Thereof will be reduced from the date of invoice to the happening of any of the events.
Correct, sir.
That's what I told. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Total 11 quarters I have used the capital asset.
Exactly, sir.
If you multiplied by 5%, multiply by 5 into 11.
That comes to 55%.
Don't press in the calculator 11 into 5%.
No, 11 into 5.
11 into 5.
95.
That becomes the percentage. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Total comes to 55%. You need to reduce 55% from this 2
The
lakhs.
total GST amount paid.
Listen carefully, don't interrupt. On the GST amount, whatever you have paid, from that you have to reduce the 55%. The 55% comes to 1,10,000. That means you have to reduce 2 lakhs minus 55%. If you reduce, 90,000 will be your balance GST available with respect to capital goods.
Understood, sir.
Yes, sir.
This 90,000 you can take the credit on this date. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the same logic will be applicable wherever there is a capital goods. Okay. Next, D. A registered person. Currently also you are a registered person, but you have opted for the composition scheme. When we studied the composition scheme, I told the composition dealer is not eligible to claim ITC, as well as he is not supposed to collect the ITC, collect the tax also. But people will be collecting and paying. Okay, but they are not supposed to set off the ITC against output liability. In that case, he wouldn't have taken the ITC until he is a composition dealer. After achieving the threshold limit of 1.5 crore or 75 lakhs, he becomes the normal person, normal assessee. When he became the normal assessee, he is eligible to claim the GST on the input and as well as on the capital goods on the previous day in which he becomes the normal dealer. Understood?
Yes, sir.
The same logics.
No.
Previous day, assume that you have achieved the threshold limit of 1.5 crores on 28th December. From 29th, you will be a normal person, normal dealer. On 28th December, whatever the input contained in the raw material, finished goods and work in progress, you can take the credit of that, as well as you can take the credit of the capital goods by reducing 5% for each quarter usage from the date of invoice to the date from on which you became the normal dealer till the date. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is all about these four special cases. In these four special cases, if you guys observe carefully, these dealers wouldn't have taken the ITC until and unless they become liable to take ITC. Hence, there is a restriction to take the ITC in all these four cases. Within 1 year from the date of invoice, they have to take the ITC. Beyond 1 year, you are not supposed to take the ITC. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll delete all those things because if I use the same thing for other classes, it becomes confusing.
Sir, that within 1 year from date of invoice applies to the third and fourth
Yes,
case also.
third and fourth also. For all the second also it applies, but
Yes.
but in the second, when you apply for the registration beyond
That date.
30 days, during that period you are not supposed to take ITC. Whatever the purchases you have made, you are not supposed to take the ITC. Within 1 year from the date of grant of registration, you have to claim the ITC. Okay.
Sir, but in second and third case, we didn't discuss about 1 year back.
No,
right?
no. It is applicable for all four situations, 1 year. Okay, I will go back to the text.
Okay.
I will go back to the test from your material. The same thing.
Not
This
second and third, sir. Third and fourth.
For third and fourth also, it will be the same thing.
Okay, sir.
For all four. Okay, we will read the text. You will get to know. Subject to such conditions and restrictions as may be required, a person who had applied for registration, applied for registration under the Act within 30 days. First case, this one. Okay, within 30 days, he has applied for the registration. From the date on which he becomes liable to registration and has been granted such a registration, shall means compulsorily he is entitled to take credit of the input tax in respect of inputs held in stock and inputs contained in semi-finished means WIP, or in finished goods held in stock on the day immediately preceding the date from which he becomes liable to pay tax. Becomes liable to pay tax means applied, not applied. When he became the liable, that means the threshold limit crosses that date. On that previous day, he can take the credit of the inputs. This is the first one. Second one, a person who takes registration under subsection 3 of section 25. Subsection 3 of section 25 means voluntary registration. Okay. Shall be entitled to take credit of tax in respect of inputs held in stock, WIP and finished goods on the day immediately preceding the date of grant of registration. Okay, are you guys aligning with the whatever the explanation we learned here?
So from first example, it is 1st May, is it, sir? From 1st May to 1 year back.
Here, yes. 1st May to 1 year back.
In next, it is 9th June.
9th June, 1 year back.
Okay.
Okay. Next, third one. I will show you that. Don't worry. It is there. Where any registered person ceases to pay tax under section 10 means composition. ceases to pay tax under this one is this one composition. Composition dealer becomes the normal dealer. Okay. Ceases means what? He is no longer a composition dealer. He automatically falls into normal dealership. Okay. He shall be entitled to take credit of input tax in respect of the same thing held in stock and on capital goods. See, in these two cases, no capital goods. In these two cases, the other two cases, including capital goods, you can take the credit. Okay. On the day immediately preceding the day from which he becomes liable to pay tax under section 9 means normal. Okay. They have told how to calculate the tax on capital goods, provided that the credit on capital goods shall be reduced. Shall be reduced means we calculated 55%. No, that one shall be reduced by such percentage. Such percentage means per quarter 5%. Such percentage points as may be prescribed. As may be prescribed means in the act it has been prescribed that for each quarter you should reduce 5%. Okay, there is a logic also for reducing 5%. I don't want to go in detail of all those things because it is not that relevant for you guys. Okay, fourth one, where an exempt supply means this one, exempt supply becomes taxable. Exempt supply of goods or services or both by a registered person becomes taxable supply. Such person shall be entitled to take credit of same input and the capital goods. From when? On the day immediately preceding the day from which such supply becomes taxable. I told you now, 16th August, your exempted supply becomes taxable from 16th August. Till 15th, it became exempted. 15th evening, whatever the stock you have with respect to raw material, work in progress, and finished goods on which you have paid the GST, you can take the credit of that stock. GST of that stocks. And capital goods from the date of invoice to the August 15th, in which quarter it falls, you have to reduce 5%. Okay, these four we have explained. See here. Time limit to claim ITC. A registered person shall not be entitled to take input tax credit under subsection 1 in respect of any supply of goods or services or both to him after the expiry of 1 year from the date of issue of tax invoice relating to such supply. That means 1 year. Okay. Note they have given. Note, here the maximum time limit for availing ITC is 1 year. Invoices more than 1 year old are not eligible for taking credit. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
That's what I told. Time limit. Within 1 year from the date of invoice. And I have given the examples also. If you guys see these examples and relate to whatever we have studied and learned, you can easily relate. Okay. This is all about special cases. Okay. I don't want to discuss transfer of this ITC. They will not give. They will not give. This one. You just go through. If you transfer the business as a going concern, whatever the ITC you have, those ITCs will also get transferred to the purchaser. Okay. That's what they have told. Normally, you will not get this one. Reversal of ITC on switching to composition levy or exit from tax paying status. That means what? in this case, your exempted supply became taxable. On the previous day, when it became taxable, you can take the credit of ITC in capital goods. What would be the vice versa? Your supply was taxable till today. From tomorrow, it became exempted. Are you guys understanding the linking?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In this case, special category, special cases, exempted become taxable. Now we are going to study. It is taxable now. From tomorrow, it becomes exempted. Then, whatever the input lying on the stock, what is that? Whatever the input lying on the stock, same thing. Raw material, work in progress, and finished goods, whatever is there in your godown on which you have paid the GST, you have to pay to the government as your output liability. Here you will take the credit. In here you will take the credit. In this case, that means taxable becomes exempt. You will pay the tax to the government. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is with respect to input. The both one and the same. Okay, these both one and the same. You are in the normal scheme. From next year, you shift to composition scheme. Why? Because you wouldn't have achieved the threshold limit of 1.5 crores. Only 1 crore you supply you have made this year. From the next year, April, you will be under composition scheme. You have to notify that. You have to intimate the officer that you are going to opt for the composition scheme. Okay. These two cases similar. The treatment will be the similar with respect to inputs. Whatever the input contained on the previous day in which the taxable becomes exempt, normal dealer become composition scheme previous day. Whatever the stock on which you have paid the GST, those GST has to be paid to the government as your output liability. Okay. This is about input. Now, how to calculate the capital goods credit, how much it is available, okay, with respect to capital goods. Now, in these two cases, how we calculated the GST and capital goods in these two cases?
Every quarter 5%.
From when?
From the date.
Year back.
5% reduction from the date of invoice.
From the date of invoice till the date when these events happens. Till the date 5% for each quarter.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That is when exempt becomes taxable, composition becomes the normal scheme.
Yes.
Now we are studying taxable become exempt, normal scheme becomes a composition. How to calculate the what is the GST amount left with respect to capital goods. Okay. This date of invoice. Date of invoice. Assume date of invoice. Tell me any date. Any date, tell me. Except your birth date. Because it will be 20-25 years back. Any date. But around 2 to 3 years back date, you tell me. Any date.
April 2020.
Sorry?
April 2020. 1st April.
April 2020. Okay.
Yes.
Date of invoice is April 20.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You became normal to
Composite.
comp, normal to comp, or taxable to exempt. For both the cases, the same logic.
Sure, sir.
Okay. When you become this in the current year, assume that today is 30th, no?
30th October.
30th October.
30th of October.
30th October
30th of October.
2022. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಈಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಂಚೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ 5% ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ನೋ ದಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಲಿಸನ್ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲಿ. ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ITC in credit on capital goods should be taken over a period of 60 months. ಎಷ್ಟು ತಿಂಗಳು ತಗೋಬೇಕು ನೀವು? 60 ಮಂತ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾವ್ದ್ರದ್ದು? ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದಿ GST you have paid on the capital goods purchase. In our case 2 lakhs we have paid, no?
Yes, sir.
This 2 lakh has to be spread over 60 months. Each month 3,333 rupees credit each month, spread over 6 months. 60 months.
5 years.
Okay. 60 months means how many quarters?
60 months. Each year 4 quarters. 48. No, 6. No.
20.
No. 1 year 4 quarters. That will be 5 years. 20.
Please, sir.
How much?
20 quarters.
20 quarters.
20 countries.
Okay. 20 quarters will be 60 months.
Exactly, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Per year, if you consider 5%, per year, per quarter, if you consider 5%, in 1 year, how much percentage it will be?
20%.
20%. Normally, per year, 20% into 5, 100% becomes.
Yes, sir.
This 20% is for year. That means how many quarters will be there in a year?
4.
By
4 quarters.
5.
That is why 5% you need to reduce. Okay, I am not coming to this. I am just explaining why we are reducing 5%. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I am coming to this. My capital goods I purchased on April 20.
Yes.
I became a composite dealer. I became a normal to composite dealer, or from the taxable supply to exempt supply on 30th October. Okay. Now, how much credit, how much capital goods credit which is lying in my ledger needs to be reversed. Reversed means needs to pay to the government. We need to calculate. For that, first you calculate number of months between these two. How many months? Don't calculate the quarter, number of months. April means in 20. How many months will be there in 2020?
12.
No,
Well.
already you are considered three lost. April.
Okay.
From
Okay,
April.
Okay. So from April we are calculating, then it will be 9.
9. Okay. April 2021. How many months?
12.
12.
12.
12
In
months.
2022 till
10.
October 30th means how many
10
months?
months.
3 months.
10.
10 months.
Okay. Total how many months you have used?
20
31.
plus 9. 31.
31. You reduce this 31 by 60 months. You reduce this 31 months by 60. How much?
29, sir.
29 month credit you need to reverse. How to reverse 29 months credit? Calculate this divided by 60 multiplied by 29. 96,600 and it is coming in percentage. 96,667 rupees you need to pay to the government with respect to credit taken on capital goods.
So this much amount what we calculated for the 29 months amount we have to pay back to the government.
Pay back to the government because it is the GST amount is related to government.
Okay,
It is nothing but government has given the loan to you.
correct.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Why I am dividing, why I am deducting from 60? Because capital goods credit has to be spread over 60 months from the date of invoice. 60 months ಗೆ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗುಡ್ಸು. ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗುಡ್ಸು 60 ಮಂತ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್?
Yes, sir.
ಅದೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿರೋದು. Rule 44, ಇದು ಸೇಮ್. ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಬಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟ್, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್. ಇದು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಇನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ. Rule 44 note, ITC and capital goods will be reversed at a reduced amount. That is balance month remaining. Balance month remaining ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? In our case it is 29. How we got that 29? Each year number of months we have calculated of the usage. Usage we have calculated. We have reduced from 60 that usage month. The balance month remaining will be reduced. Okay. I will go back to the text. This. Where any registered person who has availed the input tax credit opts to pay tax under composition, or where the goods becomes exempt, he shall pay an amount by way of debit in the electronic credit ledger. Means debit means reversing out, take it as output liability, equivalent to the credit of input in respect of inputs held in stock, work in progress, finished goods and capital goods, reduced by such percentage as may be prescribed. Okay. This is they are given, but Rule 44 also says, where it. See, ITC pertaining to remaining useful life. Remaining useful life means balance of months. Balance months you need to reverse. Understood? Total how many cases we saw? 4 those special cases, and these 2 is also special cases. From normal to coming to composition, from taxable becomes exempt. Okay. Understood? Next,
Yes, sir.
leave all these things. There is no such events at all. You have a capital goods. You sold that capital goods. What is that? You are having the capital goods. You sold that capital goods to someone. How to calculate the GST? That becomes the question. When you sell the capital goods, what is the entry you will pass? For cash only, assume. When you sell the capital goods, what is the journal entry you will pass?
Sales account return to cash.
ಯಾರು ನೀವು?
Cash to asset.
Cash to asset. Alwa? When the asset goes, you will have to pay the GST also because it is a supply. How to calculate how much GST to be paid? The same logic, whatever the transaction value, I mean to say in the market, what is the rate prevailing for that sale? Take that rate multiplied by the amount of sales, arrive at the one value. Or in the same way we calculated the credit on the capital goods in these cases. No, how we calculated the credit on these cases? 5% reduction from the date of invoice. Calculate in that way. Compare the two. Whichever is higher, you need to pay to the government. Understood or not?
Yeah, understood, sir.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
What about others?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you guys understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now I will give you the numeric. You guys have to tell me how to calculate the tax on capital goods. Okay. Date of invoice. This is with respect to capital goods. Okay. Date of invoice. 12th Feb 2019. GST paid 3,60,000. Date of sale 27th November 2022 for rupees. Sale price 5 lakh. Sorry, sale price 6,80,000. GST rate 12%. Calculate the how much GST to be paid on the supply of capital goods. Calculate and tell me. If you guys have understood, you can easily calculate. Now it is 10:53, 11 o'clock. Take 8 minutes time.
$2,400 need to be paid to the government.
ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ?
Yes, sir.
Who has left? ಯಶ್ ಇದಾರಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ.
ಸರ್ ಅದು ನಾನು ಸರ್ ಕುಶಾಲ.
ಕುಶಾಲ. You guys need the problem, right? Done. Chetna,
Yes, sir.
how much?
Sir, there is little confusion here. In sale price, GST is included, right?
No, 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 no.
Okay.
Sir, 2,400
ಏನು
need to be paid to the government.
ಅಯ್ಯೋ 2400 ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? 6,80,000 12% ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರತ್ತಲ್ಲ.
81,600 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ 84,000 ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ.
ಮೈನಸ್ ಗೀನಸ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ್ದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ 84,000.
ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಹೈಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್. ಲಿಸನ್, ಹೈಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್. GST on supply of capital goods. Supply of capital goods 6,80,000. Sorry, 6,80,000 into 12% rate. 12%. How much?
81,600.
81,600. This is one value. Second value, from this date, 12th February 2019 to 27th November 2022, 27th November. How many quarters are there? In 2019, how many quarters?
11 quarters.
11 quarters.
In
Not
2019,
11.
how much?
Not 11. 11 months total. So that comes down to
Total 2019, how many quarters? 2020, how many quarters? 2021, how many quarters? 2022, how many quarters?
2019 4.
4 quarter. 2024, 24, 27th November means
3.
3.
how?
Last quarter is also involved, sir. So it will also be 4, right?
4 quarter means total 16 quarter. 16 into 5. How much?
80.
80 months.
80 months.
I meant to say 80%. 80%. 3,60,000 into 80%. How much? 3,60,000 into, you have to reduce 80%. That means the balance is 20%. You have to reduce 80% because you have used 80 months, 80% you have used here. The balance you have to see. That means 72,000.
Yes, sir. 72,000.
Which is the highest one?
The 81,600.
81,600 you have to pay to the government.
Yes.
Sir,
Yeah.
doubt is while taking quarter ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ತಗೋತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ when capital goods becomes case 4 ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Sorry?
In the case of case 4 we take a quarter alva, sir?
No. Not in the case of case 4 alla. When you sell the capital goods, which you are using for your production,
Yes.
you sell that one. When the sale happens, all sales are supply. ಆ ಸಪ್ಲೈಗೆ ನೀವು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 2 ತರ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಒಂದು, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದಿ ಸೇಲ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ you receive, on which you have to pay the transaction value rate. That means the GST of that price. That is one figure. Second figure, you would have purchased the capital goods 2 or 3 years back. Reduce the GST amount per quarter 5% till the date of sale. Whatever the balance remaining, that will be the credit available to you to set off the capital goods. Okay, that when you sell, you are no longer eligible to set off that one. I mean to say, you cannot use that credit, capital goods credit. When you sell the capital goods, you cannot use that credit, right, with respect to GST paid, with respect to that asset sold. You need to compare those two. The balance credit, which is left when the capital goods are sold, on which you have paid the GST, that one figure, and the GST paid on the supply of the capital goods. That is the transaction value ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಅವೆರಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
Sir, but then when will we take only 1 month calculation, not quarter? That in
ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಂದ್ರೆ when you are into the normal becomes taxable. Taxable becomes exempted. Normal dealer becomes the composition dealer. ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಂತ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, sir.
Okay. This is all about with respect to ITC, the normal cases and the special cases with respect to ITC. Okay. Now, what is not included as capital goods? They have given molds, bricks, dies, jigs, fixtures are not as considered as capital goods. I mean to say, not as capital goods means when they sell capital goods, these are all not to be considered as capital goods. Only when you make the sale, whatever the GST you collect on sale of these things, that amount you have to pay, not as the capital goods the way we calculated now. You should not calculate the GST for these like that. They are mentioning that. Okay. See, they have given the summary also. You can use this summary. They have given the illustrations also. Please see that illustration.
Sir, can you show the example, sir? 2 examples in Excel.
Which example? In my Excel or where?
Select.
Sorry?
Excel, sir.
Excel. Which examples?
This one and previous one.
I think previous one I have deleted, I believe.
No, sir. It's there. Yes.
It is not this. That is not the one. This one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay.
Continue, sir.
Done.
Yes.
This is with respect to normal GST provisions. I mean to say the ITC and special cases. 4 cases plus 2 plus capital goods sales. Okay. Now we are going to learn. How to utilize. I will come back to that. ISD. ISD means input service distribution, distributor or distribution. See, now it is 11:05. Take a break because bit lengthy one in the sense few things involved in this. I don't want you guys to take all these what do you call stuffs in one shot. Okay. Now 11:05 in my laptop. Take 10 minutes break. 11:15 we will continue. Okay. Okay, because these are all important chapters. I don't want you to have that burden. Okay, we can meet up at 11:15.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Another 2 minutes left. We will wait for till 11:15. Shall I start? You guys there?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay. Yeah. Now, according to your study material only, I'm going goods sent to job worker. Okay. That is the next one they have. See, what happens is when you send the goods directly to the job worker, or you receive the goods to your factory and from there you send the job worker, when the credit you can take, that's the question. Okay, when you can take the credit with respect to inputs. Input means raw material, or with respect to capital goods. Okay, you guys can see now clearly. Assume that you are the principal. Okay. And Mr. A, B, or someone is the job worker. The first situation, input sent by principal to the job worker. Okay. Input, and capital goods also you can take. You send the input to the job worker on 20th April 2020 and the capital goods also on the same day. Now the question arises, if you are directly sending, if you are sending the input and capital goods to the job worker after you receive those input and capital goods from after you receive those inputs and capital goods in your factory, after receiving that one you are sending to the job worker, then when you receive the inputs and capital goods, on the date you can take the credit. Okay. When you send the input and capital goods off to the job worker has to return the input and capital goods after doing some operations on that. He should return the inputs. Within 1 year from this date. How many years?
1 year.
1 year. Now tell me within which date, if you are sending input on this date, within which date you should receive back the inputs to your factory? 20th April 2020 you are sending the inputs. Within 1 year you need to receive. What is the last date in which you need to receive?
20 April 2021.
20 April 21. Okay, you need to receive. With respect to capital goods, you need to receive the capital goods within 3 years. What is that time period? They will ask the time in, if they ask the question on this, they may ask two kinds of question. One is when the principal can take the credit. They may ask that question. Or what is the time limit to receive back the inputs and capital goods? They may ask those questions. Okay. If the input and capital goods have been transferred to the job worker after receiving the same by the principal in his factory, the day when he receives the input and capital goods, he can take the credit. And the input should be received back by principal within 1 year, capital goods 3 years. Okay, this is the normal provision. The extension can also be available if the sufficient cause is shown by the job worker or the principal to the officer, GST officer. What extension they can get with respect to input? Additional 1 year they can get. With respect to capital goods, additional 2 years extension can be given. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there should be a sufficient cause. Sufficient cause means genuine reason should be there. Okay, then the extension will be granted. This is when the principal is sending the goods to the job worker after he receives the goods in his factory and he is sending. Now the question arises, can the goods directly sent to the job worker? Can the capital goods be directly sent to the job worker without receiving the same by principal in his factory? The question comes. The answer to that is yes. If the answer is yes, when the principal can take the credit of the GST. The principal can take the credit of the GST when the job worker receives the goods and the capital goods in his factory. The date on which the job worker receives the goods, I mean to say the input and capital goods in his factory, on that date, the principal can take the credit. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Now, within within how many days the job worker has to return to the principal the input and capital goods received directly by the job worker? Within 1 year from the date when he receives the input and capital input in his factory. When he receives the input, within 1 year he has to send back the input. With respect to capital goods, within 3 years. That 1 year, 3 years will be there. But the time to calculate 1 year and 3 years, if they directly sent by the sent to the job worker the inputs and capital goods, when he receives from that date you need to calculate. In the first case, when the principal sends the input and capital goods, the date when he sends the capital goods and input, that date you need to consider. Both are different dates. Directly means when he receives from that date. If the principal is sending the input and capital goods, the date has to be calculated when the principal sends to the job worker. Easy or tough? Okay. Then, see, 1 year and 2 years sufficient cause. I've given all these things. If you guys see, you will get to know. Okay. Everything I have given. Only thing you need to study. The third situation will come. Instead of receiving back the goods which is in the completion stage, finished goods, he has sent the goods. He will manufacture everything here. Now the question arises, can the job worker sell those goods on behalf of supplier from his factory? The answer to that is yes. Yes, provided supplier has to declare the job worker place as additional place of business. What is that? ನಿಮಗೆ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸಿ who cannot understand Kannada here in this list? Because if I tell you in Kannada, probably for most of the people it becomes easy. Oh, Pooja cannot understand. Okay. See, the logic behind selling the goods directly from the job worker becomes the cheaper. Why? Assume that the supplier is in Karnataka, the job worker is in Delhi, and the customer is in Punjab. If the job worker is to send the goods back to the Karnataka to the principal, and the principal will supply the goods to the Punjab customer, then from here to here the transportation cost, from Karnataka to Punjab transportation cost will involve, right?
Yes, sir.
And insurance also to be taken, right, to the goods.
Yes, sir.
For that also cost will be involved, right?
Yes, sir.
Who will bear those costs? All the cost will be put on the customers, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, to avoid the excess cost of the product, the job worker from Delhi can directly send the goods to the customer in Punjab. That reduces the cost of the product. Are you guys understood the logic?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is all about job worker. Tough?
No.
Okay, only this much, job worker. Next comes ISD. ISD means what? Input service
Input service distribution.
Service, not the goods. Okay. I will explain with the chart whatever I have so that you guys will understand it correctly. There is a company which head office is located in Karnataka. The company could be any company, TCS, Infosys. Many companies have head office in Karnataka and branches across all the states. Okay. Assume that the TCS is in Karnataka, which is the head office. It has branches in B1, B2, B3, B4 branch, which is in Delhi, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Maharashtra. Okay. For all these four branches, the head office will receive the common bill. Common bill means audit. Here I will take AUDIT audit or advertising. Advertisement of the product. Will the advertisement be given by the branch or will be advertisement contract will be given by the head office normally?
Head office.
Normally head office will
Head office.
do the contract for the advertisement. Is it with respect to the particular branch or is it respect to the entire company? The advertisement will be done.
Entire
Entire
company.
company. Who will receive the advertisement bill?
Head office.
Head office. But who are all the beneficiaries of that advertisement?
All the
Branch office.
Branches are the beneficiaries. Why? Because branches do the supply, right? On this logic, we need to understand everything. Okay. See, when they do the advertisement, the head office will receive the common bill with respect to advertisement. Assume advertisement is 2 crores cost. GST on the advertisement is 50 lakhs. Just I am giving the example. Okay. Cost of the advertisement is 2 crores on which GST paid is 50 lakhs. Now the question arises, how this GST of 50 lakhs is to be spread to or distributed to each branch. The question arises. Okay. Now, this B1 doing some software business and B2 is doing some consulting business. B3 is doing some soap product and B4 is doing
Support.
some
You can put service of support because other three are into. So one of the
one second. Car manufacturing. Assume. I'm just giving the example. It's not correct. B4 is doing the car manufacturing. B3 is doing the soap. B2 is doing the consulting. B1 is doing the what do you call? Software. They hired one what do you call?
one branch data.
No. ಶಾರುಖ್ ಖಾನ್ ಅವ್ರು ಇವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಂತಾರಪ್ಪ?
Celebrity.
Celebrities.
Brand ambassador.
Huh?
Brand
They-
ambassador
they-
payment.
They recruited one celebrity or the brand ambassador to advertise for the branches in the sense for the TCS company.
Correct.
They hired Shahrukh Khan. Okay, he does. The TCS software is good. Please purchase. And they do the excellent soap. Because of that, I got so many contract. I look fresh. Please purchase the soap. And I drive their car. I can reach the places of employment early or on time. Okay. He did not mention anything about the consulting. Now, this 2 crore should be distributed to consulting also or not?
Should be distributed.
Technically, it should not be because that is not promoted.
It is not promoted. The advertisement is not related to consulting. We should not distribute. Then, what about the other three? In which proportion we need to distribute? The question arises. We need to distribute this one, 5 lakhs, not the value, the GST amount.
The
Why?
50 lakhs.
Because these people are doing the outward supply. they can take the credit of the input.
Correct, sir.
This is the input. Advertisement is your input service. Okay, given by Shah Rukh Khan to TCS. This is the input. How to distribute this 5 lakh, 50 lakhs is the question arises. This 50 lakh has to be distributed to B1, B3, B4 in the proportion of the sales made during the previous year. Previous year ಅಥವಾ previous quarter ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಆ proportion, in that proportion you need to distribute this one. Distribution is very simple. You need to distribute in which manner?
Based
In
on the
which
previous
proportion?
quarter or previous sales.
Whatever the data is available, on that basis you need to distribute.
Yes, sir.
That distribution part is very simple. There is nothing difficulty in that. Okay. Now the question arises, Shah Rukh Khan, where he stays?
Mumbai.
Mumbai. The TCS is in Bangalore.
Yes.
Which invoice Shah Rukh Khan will give to TCS in Karnataka?
Maharashtra invoice.
GST is included. Which GST is included?
Maharashtra.
Yav GST?
Inter
IGST.
What is that?
IGST. Interstate.
IGST is included. Right?
Yes, sir.
IGST invoice will be given to TCS Karnataka. Listen, now the actual thing will come. IGST invoice will come to TCS.
Correct.
Now, since TCS in Karnataka, IGST invoice will come. He can distribute the same IGST credit to each of the branches which is the recipient of the service. If the IGST invoice comes, IGST invoice can be distributed. I mean to say, the TCS will prepare one more invoice for each of the branches who are the recipient of the advertisement as ISD invoice mentioning the GST amount. Against that, is it the IGST or SGST, CGST? By mentioning that one, it will distribute to the branches who are the recipient of the service. If it is IGST, IGST invoice can be issued to all. No doubt at all, it is very easy. Okay? Assume that he is in Karnataka only, Shah Rukh Khan. Which invoice he will give to TCS, which is in Karnataka? Local. That means SGST and CGST invoice will give. Okay.
Yes.
Listen carefully here. When he gives SGST, CGST invoice to the head office, I mean to say the TCS, which has the head office in Karnataka, this TCS has to distribute the credit of this 50,000 to all the branches. Assume that all 4 branches will now be the recipient of the service. In the last one, we excluded the consulting. Now I will take that one also into consideration. All 4 are the recipient. Now, which invoices the TCS Karnataka has to issue to B1, B2, B3, B4 means branch 1, branch 2, branch 3, branch 4, which has the location in Delhi, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Maharashtra.
IGST.
For Karnataka branch,
It is SGST
since
and
the head office is in Karnataka and the branch is also in Karnataka and the invoice is also in the intrastate supply SGST, CGST, this TCS can distribute this GST to Karnataka branch by mentioning SGST and CGST only. For the other states branch, he has to prepare a IGST invoice and distribute as IGST invoice. Why? Because CGST, SGST cannot be set off against any other state's CGST, SGST. ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಸಿ ಜಿ ಎಸ್ ಟಿ ಎಸ್ ಜಿ ಎಸ್ ಟಿನ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್. You are not allowed to set off. Hence, the TCS Karnataka will prepare the IGST invoice and distribute it as IGST ISD to the other states having branches having in the other states. When they receive the invoice in CGST SGST.
GST.
Ita?
Yes, sir.
Understood?
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
This is what is all about ISD. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Go through this example, you will get to know in which proportion they have to distribute.
Based on the available figures.
Available sales, turnover. Turnover may be relating to particular previous quarter or particular previous year.
Okay, sir.
But whoever the recipient of the service, for those branches, the details of the turnover should be available with respect to the particular quarter or the particular previous year.
Understood, sir.
Okay, if one is missing, you cannot use that for the other three. It should be available for all. Then only that base should be the common unique base.
So in this case, sir, as we discussed, if one branch office is missing, then the value will be distributed with the other three, right?
No. If that branch hasn't exited during the previous year,
Okay.
then if that branch is also recipient of that service, then you have to consider the value which is available for all the branches.
Okay, sir.
Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
Yes,
You guys have to be careful in this.
sure, sir.
Which invoice the GST contains in which invoice, you have to distribute in which way. That is the crux of this ISD.
Okay, sir.
Okay, this is all about ISD. Job worker and ISD we have done and dusted. ಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ನೀವು ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿರೋ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೈಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್, ದಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್. Okay, this one I explained, manner of distribution of credit by ISD. Whatever I have discussed now, this is the one. ನೋಡಿ, on the basis of pro rata, on the basis of turnover. During the relevant period they mention. Relevant period means
The previous
relevant period means financial year preceding the year or they are mentioned where the recipient credit has the last quarter. I mentioned these to know.
Yes, sir.
Last quarter or the previous year, where you have the data for all the branches which has the recipients of the services. If one service is directly attributable to that branch, transfer entire credit to that branch. Don't distribute to others. If it is the common one, which is the recipient for all the branches, then only you need to distribute. If it is related to some branches only, distribute the same to that branch only.
Okay, sir.
If antivirus software is to be installed, the credit, they have taken the antivirus software or the AMC for the consulting branch. Whatever the GST paid on that service, You have to distribute the same to the consulting branch only. Can the consulting branch invoice you receive will be distributed to the soap manufacturing unit
No, sir.
or the car manufacturing unit?
No.
No. Obviously no. Common sense.
Yes.
In that way, you need to identify. Because you will not be given the problem, you might get the theories on this. Theory question may come. Okay. Now I come to utilization of ITC. Utilization. I think yesterday also I did. Still, once again I will do. Okay. See. Can you guys see?
Yes, sir.
See.
Yes, sir.
Problems on utilization of ITC and payment of tax. Okay. I have taken case 1, 2, 3, 4 cases I have taken. The ITC means what?
Input tax credit.
Andre on purchase
And purchase.
or receipt of service. On purchase of goods or receipt of service, you have to paid the GST. You have paid the GST of 1,40,000 in the first case, IGST of 1,40,000, CGST 30,000 you have paid, 30,000 of SGST you have paid. Case 1 I am discussing. Okay. On purchase of goods or services, you have paid the IGST of 1,40,000, 30,000 CGST, 30,000 SGST in case 1. Your common for all 4 situations, your output liability is 1,20,000, 50,000, 50,000 with respect to CGST, SGST, 1,20,000 for IGST. Okay, output liability and when you make this supply or for our understanding sales. When you have made the sales, you have collected the IGST of 1,20,000, CGST of 50,000, SGST of 50,000 you have collected. Now you need to calculate the how much I need to pay to the government. That is called as payment of tax. How to utilize the ITC? That is called as utilization. Are you guys understanding?
Yes, sir.
I think here also I did the same thing, right? Here also I have done the same thing. The same thing here I am doing. Yesterday I did. Once again I am doing. First, output liability. That means you need to pay 1,20,000 to the government, 50,000 to the government, 50,000 to the government with respect to CGST and SGST. Now, I collected this much. This is the case 1. This is the case 1. You need to concentrate on this column. I've taken this in this. This is nothing but this. These 3 is nothing but these 3. Output liability. For all problem, this row is constant. For all 4 cases, this row is constant. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, now I have collected this much, 1,20,000 as IGST, 50,000 as CGST, 50,000 as SGST on sales. When I made the sales, I collected this much. On purchases, I have this much credit that can be utilized. My output liability is 1,20,000 only, but my payment on purchase is 1,40,000. I can set off 1,20,000 full against this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
What is the balance available here then?
20,000.
20,000. Keep that in mind. Okay. Next, have collected 50,000 of CGST and SGST is of 50,000. how much credit, that means how much I have paid while purchasing. CGST is how much, SGST is how much. Deduct that. What is the balance payment you need to make for CGST and SGST after utilizing the ITC?
20,000.
20,000, 20,000. If there is no balance available here, I end up paying CGST, SGST of 20,000, 20,000. Okay. Since I have excess credit of IGST, I can set off this IGST credit against CGST and SGST in any proportion. Any proportion in the sense you can fully utilize to pay CGST, you can fully utilize to set off SGST, or 1 rupee CGST, 99% SGST, 50% CGST, 50% SGST, any manner you can utilize. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Now I am utilizing entire 20,000 to set off against CGST. Then how much CGST I need to pay after setting off IGST?
0.
0. Why? Because I collected 50,000. I paid 30,000 on purchase and I utilized the IGST credit to set off against CGST payment. Hence, my CGST liability becomes 0. Then, what is my SGST liability? Since I have utilized the entire 20,000 here, there is no set off available of IGST against SGST. Hence, I need to pay 20,000 as SGST. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the first case. Now tell me the second case. How much you need to pay IGST, CGST, SGST? This is common. 120, 50, 50 common. First, always you need to fill this IGST column first. Okay. How much IGST you have?
1,10,000.
1,10,000. I will take 1,10,000. Okay. How much IGST you need to pay?
10,000.
10,000 you need to pay. Remember that one. How much CGST is available?
70,000.
70,000. But how much you have collected?
50,000.
Hence, I can use all 50,000 here. What is the balance CGST available here after setting up 50,000?
20,000.
20,000. The same way, SDST is also 50,000 available. 50,000 you can set off this one. Now the question comes. Which one to be used first? Is it the CGST I need to use first or SGST I need to use first? I need to set off additional 10,000 now here because I have excess 20,000, 20,000 here. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Which one to be used first against IGST? First, you need to use CGST. Then, what will be the tax payable? What will be the tax payable of IGST, CGST, SGST?
0.
0. Now,
0.
how much credit of CGST you will carry forward to the next period?
10,000.
How 10,000?
20,000 remaining. 10,000 is taken for IGST, remaining 10,000 is there.
10,000 is balance available that you need to carry forward. See here. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, case 3. Tell me. I have taken all the combinations. Uh, you guys can tell me the same thing. 120, 50, 50. I will take it here. Less ITC. IGST, ITC, how much I have?
80,000.
80,000. CGST, how much I have?
25,000.
The 25,000.
25,000. SGST,
25,000.
25,000. How much I need to pay? Is it anything available for me to set off against IGST, CGST, SGST here?
No.
No. That means you have to pay 40,000 of IGST, 25,000 of CGST, 25,000 of SGST in cash. Net payable means you have to pay in cash. See, 40,000, 25,000, 25,000. Okay. Next, fourth scenario. Are you guys understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
They will ask the question, what is the order of set off or utilization? You will get the question on this. Order of utilization. First, you should make the IGST 0. Then you should make the CGST 0. Finally, SGST or UTGST you should make 0. That is the order of set off or the utilization. What's the amount here? The same 120, 50, 50. What is the IGST credit available?
60,000.
1,84,000.
180 available. So I can use entire 120 to set off. How much balance available? IGST after setting off 120?
60,000.
60,000. Okay. This one keep it aside. We require. Then how much SGST, CGST credit available?
10,000.
10,000. 10,000.
10,000.
If there is no credit of IGST, how much I need to pay CGST, SGST? 40,000, 40,000. Now I have 60,000. In which proportion you need to distribute to these two?
Any proportion.
Any manner.
Any proportion. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಬಂದಿದ್ದ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ. Which proportion you prefer? Is it 50-50 or 25-75 or 10-90? Anything. I will distribute 50-50. How much you need to pay end? 10,000, 10,000 you need to pay end. How much IGST you will carry forward to the next period?
0.
Why 0?
We have used all the amount.
All the amount. 120,000 against IGST outward liability, 30,000, 30,000 towards IGST, CGST set off. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is all about utilization. Okay, payment of tax and utilization is this one. Done. We have completed special cases, utilization, ISD, job worker. Value of supply is completed. Place of supply we completed. Now it is registration. Okay. Now it is 12 o'clock. At what time shall I resume the class? How much
12:10.
time you? 12:10.
Yes, sir.
12:10 or you require even more?
12:15, sir.
12:15 12:15 ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಥಿಯರಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಥಿಯರಿ, ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರಲ್ ಒನ್ಸ್. ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟೇಷನ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಮ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ನೀವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಫಿನಿಶ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಸ್ ಅರ್ಲಿ ಆಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವೈಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಡೇ ಫ್ರಮ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಐ ಮೀನ್ Thursday. Next month I will take the class. Okay. Next month on takshana idu ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಬೇಡಿ. Tomorrow ends this month. Okay. We can meet up at 12:15.
Yes, sir.
Who else has left? Okay, we'll wait for another 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, shall we continue? Mark this chapter as very, very important. You will get the questions on this chapter, especially the what do you call threshold limit and who is required to get registration, when the registration get cancelled, like that question you will get. Okay. In previous chapter, in this we have seen here new registration, voluntary registration and all. Okay, now we are going to learn what is that registration means. Okay, see the registration. Why do we take registration? Registration will enable or entitle the person to take input tax credit, as well as he can issue the tax invoice, and many other benefits are involved. Okay, then see, every supplier of goods or services is required to obtain registration in the state or in the union territory from where he makes the taxable supply. Where is your, what is that registration chapter? It is that
Compliance under GST.
page number.
Page number
Oh, is it the next one only? Okay.
716, sir.
Okay, this is the one. Okay. See, I will not go in this section format. I will go in different way. We come to all these things, all these sections one by one. Okay. Every supplier of goods or services, please mute. Every supplier of goods or services or both is required to obtain registration in the state. In the state means if you are doing the business in Karnataka, you need to get the registration in Karnataka. If you are going to do the business in Tamil Nadu, you have to take the registration in Tamil Nadu also. In all the states or union territory where you are intended to do the business, there you have to take the registration. Okay. From where you make the taxable supply. Assume that you're doing the business in Karnataka of the petrol, and in Tamil Nadu you're doing the business of some textile. Then in Karnataka you need not have to take the registration. Why? Because the petrol is out of GST. Okay. If his means the person's aggregate turnover exceeds the threshold limit. Here we are going to see the threshold limits. What are the threshold limit? The states have been categorized into three groups. One is 10 lakhs category. Another one is 20 lakhs category. Another one is 20 lakhs or 40 lakhs category. Okay. 10 lakhs category states. The short form is MMT NAG, Make My Trip NAG. The turnover, aggregate turnover in these states, in any of these states or put together all the states turnover is more than 10 crores. Sorry, 10 lakhs. Then you have to get the registration in all the states. In all the states where you are doing the supply, taxable supplies. Okay. What are the states which comes under 10 lakhs? MMT NAG. M means Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura. MMT. See, here we are seeing the states. It is very easy. MMT means Manipur and Mizoram. I am stressing once again, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura. It is very easy now because we are seeing. Once we close, after 10 days, if I ask you what means MMT means, you should not say Meghalaya, Telangana. For T, Telangana, M for Meghalaya. Okay. Please remember all these things. The another way I explained that also how to remember the names. See, Manipur, MANIPU are 7. MIZORAM is also 7. 7 is 7. Okay. Meghalaya, MEGHA 5 plus 4, 9. The more number, higher limit. Less number, lesser limit. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay. Please remember the names correctly and the turnover limits. It is not easy. I am telling you. Since we are in the same chapter, we are in the same page, it becomes very easy to understand the states. Okay. Are you getting my words?
Yes, sir.
See, there are three categories of the states. First category is for 10 lakhs. Aggregate turnover means what? Where we have studied aggregate turnover?
Section 10.
Apart from that, where we have seen the aggregate turnover also? Section 10 composition scheme we have seen. What is that aggregate turnover? Taxable supply, exempt supply, nil rated, non-taxable supply. In the valuation also we seen the aggregate turnover. Do you guys remember? Adding topics, those things. Aggregate turnover. You guys have forgotten, I believe. The same thing I copied. Do you remember? GST to be deducted, value of inward supply on which GST is payable on RCM has to be deducted.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the turnover 10 lakhs category, there are 4 states. The short form is MMT NAG. MMT means make my trip NAG. To the Nagaland, please arrange the make my trip. M means Mizoram, Manipur, Tripura and Nagaland. If the aggregate turnover of any one state or all the states put together exceeds 10 lakhs, you have to get the registration in all the states from where you do the taxable supply. Okay. Second category, put mask. Where you have mask till corona comes. We were not aware of the mask, no? Most of us, we were not aware of mask. What is the use? Once the corona came, the mask came. Put mask. P means Puducherry, U means Uttarakhand, T means Telangana, M means Meghalaya, A means Arunachal Pradesh, SK means Sikkim. Put mask. They falls under 20 lakhs category. The last one, Hajj and others. Hajj means what? This is the Hajj. And other states. Other states means whatever we have learned for 10 lakh category and 20 lakhs category and Hajj. Leaving, excluding those, whatever the remaining states, that falls under others. Okay. H means Himachal Pradesh, A means Assam, J means Jammu and Kashmir. See, in 20 lakhs category also, A is there, Arunachal Pradesh. In Assam also, there is a that is under 40 lakhs or 20 lakhs category. Okay. Now, in this third category, there is a different, it is little bit different than the first two. In the first two, this 10 lakhs and 20 lakhs, even if you do the exclusively goods or exclusively service or both, put together 10 lakhs. Here also exclusively goods or exclusively service or both, put together 20 lakhs. In the third category, 40 lakhs limit will apply if you are dealing only in the goods. What is that? 40 lakhs limit will apply if you doing exclusively the supply of goods. If you are doing exclusively supply of service, 20 lakhs. If you are doing both, 20 lakhs. If you are doing exclusively goods, 40 lakhs will apply. Now tell me, if I am in Karnataka, I am dealing only in goods, what is the limit is applicable to me? Is it 20 lakhs, 10 lakhs or 40 lakhs?
40 lakhs.
Why?
40 lakhs.
Others and exclusively engaged in goods.
Then
I am only engaged in goods. Okay. Now there is an exception. In goods, if I am the supplier of tip means tobacco, ice cream and pan masala. I am the supplier of that. For me, 40 lakhs limit will not be applicable. 20 lakhs limit will be applicable. Where we have seen this tip, we have seen no PAIT, paid ಗೆ D ಬದಲು T ಹಾಕಿದ್ವಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ. In the composition scheme, you should not be the manufacturer of tobacco. Okay. Tip. You should not be the supplier of tip. If you do the supply of these things, 40 lakhs limit will be not be applicable, 20 lakhs limit will be applicable. Though you are doing exclusively the tobacco, 20 lakhs, exclusively the ice cream, 20 lakhs, exclusively pan masala. Which advertisement you have seen? Pan masala?
Rajnigandha, Manikchand.
Rajnigandha.
If you go to some films in multiplex, your dear friend will come, no?
Kesar.
Kesar ka swad. Ajay Devgan.
Yes, sir.
That Pan Masala, Shah Rukh Khan, this one and Akshay Kumar, everybody is doing the advertisement. Okay? If you are doing that, dealing in that Pan Masala, ice cream or tobacco, the limit applicable will be 20 lakhs. Okay? Now, I am in Tamil Nadu, I am in Karnataka. In Tamil Nadu, I am doing tobacco. In Karnataka, I am doing books, supplier of books, and I am dealing in Tamil Nadu tobacco. What is the limit applicable to me?
20 lakh.
20 lakhs or 10 lakhs?
The
20 lakhs or 40 lakhs?
The 20 lakh.
20 lakhs. In which state 20 lakhs is applicable? In which state 40 lakhs applicable? Or both the states it is 20 lakhs?
Karnataka, it is 40.
Then
In Tamil Nadu, it's 20.
Listen one thing carefully. In any states you get registered, you have to get registered in all the states in which you do the business. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
In any of the states you get registered, you have to get registered in all the states. Provided if you are doing the taxable supply in the other states also. Is books taxable or exempted?
Taxable.
Taxable. Hence, you have to get registered in Karnataka also, in Tamil Nadu also. Since in Tamil Nadu you are doing the tobacco business, the limit applicable will be 20 lakhs for both Karnataka and Tamil Nadu put together. That is the aggregate turnover. Aggregate means in these two states, the turnover limit will be 20 lakhs. Understood?
Yes, sir.
They may give the question on this threshold limit. Some X is doing the business in some of the states. They may give combination like this. In this, there is in Mizoram in one state, in Uttarakhand or Telangana, the other two states, in Assam. What is the threshold limit applicable? Which is the lesser threshold limit will be applicable? The same will be applicable for all other states also. Why? Because in one state, if you get registered, you have to get registered in other states also, provided if you do the taxable supply in the other states. Are you guys following? Okay. Aggregate turnover we have seen. I will not do again because you guys know how to do. Next, compulsory registration. Throw aside the threshold limit. Even if you do 1 rupee of supply, you have to get compulsorily registered. When you falls in these categories of supplier categories, you have to get compulsorily registered. Okay. What is the keyword? Creations. When you fall in this creation, you have to compulsorily get registered. Then what is meant by creation? C means casual taxable person. Casual taxable person means assume that you are a supplier in Karnataka and your threshold limit is 10,000 rupees. That's it, 10,000. You want to have one supply outside of Karnataka only for 10 days. There is an exhibition. I think you guys aware that in Mysore exhibition will happen during Dasras.
Yes, sir.
Yes. And the Delhi person who wants to comes here and put a stall. First he has to get a registration. Why? Because it is only for the temporary period and he is doing the casually taxable person. He is a casual taxable person. First he has to get registered in Karnataka. Then he has to do the supply. I will come back to this again. This one and this one, both logic one and the same. NRTP and CTP, both logic one and the same. Okay. If you are a casual taxable person, you have to get registered compulsorily. Second, or means persons who are required to pay the tax under reverse charge. Reverse charge means what? Recipient of the service or goods has to pay the tax. Okay. Even if your supply is exempt and whatever the inputs you are receiving on which you are liable to pay tax under RCM, you have to get registered. That is, or see, these are all theories. There is no limit and calculation part. You have to understand the theory. E means e-commerce operator. E-commerce operator means who? Who are all e-commerce operator?
Flipkart, the Amazon.
Flipkart, Amazon, Oyo, Urban Clap,
Urban
Ola,
company. Ola,
Uber, all those are e-commerce operators. Okay, they have to compulsorily get registered. Next, agent has to get compulsorily registered. Okay. A means agent. T. T. The person who are required to deduct tax. The person who are required to collect tax. Not the income tax TDS TCS. That is different. Here also there is a chapter called as TDS TCS. They have to get compulsorily registered. TDS TCS suppliers. I mean to persons. Okay, that is T. I means input service distributor. Just now we saw input service distributor has to get registered compulsory, or any person making the interstate supply. Which one? Interstate. Interstate means what?
Between states.
Between the states. You have to get registered compulsorily. Okay. O means OIDAR. Where we have seen this OIDAR? First, initially, once upon a time, we started the GST, no? We started the GST. Import of services by a non-taxable recipient, online recipient, except OIDAR. Those OIDAR persons has to get compulsorily registered. Okay. N means non-resident taxable person. They have to compulsorily get registered. S means such other persons as notified by the government has to get compulsorily registered. Okay. Who are all compulsorily get registered? Creations. CREATIONS. You need to understand. You need to know what is meant by CREATIONS. Okay. This is compulsory registered. Who is not liable to registration? Not liable to registration means they are not required to get registration at all. Who are those people? Persons engaged exclusively in supplying of goods or services are both not liable to tax. That means non-taxable supply. Who is doing? They are not required to get registration under GST. If you are doing the cultivation of rice, do you get registered?
No,
Why? Because it is not the goods,
not
agriculture.
agriculture activity.
Agriculturalists are not required to get registered. Second one. Third one, the person making only the reverse charge supplies. That means I am doing some supplies on which you are the recipient. You have to pay the tax on that. I am not supposed to get registered. You have to get compulsorily get registered. Okay. Person making interstate supplies of taxable services up to 20 lakhs. Please mark this one as important. Any person who is doing the interstate supply of service up to 20 lakhs, he is not required to get registered. Intrastate 20 lakhs, but interstate also 20 lakhs. Till 20 lakhs you achieve, you are not supposed to get registered. Okay. Next one, person making interstate. You will get this question on this. On this you will get the question. Okay. Person making interstate taxable supply of notified handicraft goods. Notified handicraft goods up to 20 lakhs. You are not supposed to get registered. See here. Here, interstate supply, you have to get registered. If it is handicraft goods, up to 20 lakhs, you are not required to get registered. Beyond 20 lakhs, you have to get registered compulsory. If you are not doing handicraft, you have to get compulsorily registered if you are making interstate supply. If it is handicraft, you are not required to get registered.
Even service also, right, sir?
No, service, yes, service also 20 lakhs. Service and handicraft goods, 20 lakhs. Okay, next. Casual taxable persons making interstate taxable supplies of notified handicraft goods. Wherever there is a handicraft goods, 20 lakhs limit will be applicable for the interstate. Intrastate, 20 lakhs applicable only. Interstate, even if you do 1 rupee of goods, interstate, that means Karnataka to Maharashtra, Karnataka to Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu to Maharashtra, like that. If you do 1 rupee of interstate sales, you have to get registered. If it is handicraft goods, up to 20 lakhs, you are not required to get registered. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
These 6 categories are not required to get registration. Okay. Next. Effect of registration, we have already seen this one. Where we have seen this effect of registration? In ITC chapter, we see no 18, 4 cases. Effect of registration. Application is submitted, applied within 30 days. We have seen no applied within 30 days.
Yes, sir.
This. These two. Okay, that one. Applied within 30 days of applicant becoming liable for registration. Effective date of registration is what? What is the effective date of registration? In this case, what?
That date when the threshold has been touched.
Effective
So
date
the
of
30 days
registration
was the
is
threshold.
when the supplier becomes liable for registration. If he has applied within 30 days. If he doesn't apply within 30 days, when is the effective date of registration in this case?
When the
The date
registration.
of granting of certificate.
Grant of the registration.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Date of grant of registration. After 30 days, within 30 days. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Next. Special procedure for CTP, casual taxable person and non-resident taxable person. You guys can see right now. Okay. Casual taxable person and non-resident taxable person, both one and the same. I will combine and explain. I told who is casual taxable person. Non-resident taxable person is a foreigner who wants to come to India and do some supplies. Since he is the not resident of the Indian resident, he is called as non-resident taxable person. Okay. These two persons has to apply for the registration. Listen carefully. This is the special ones. These two are the special ones. These two people has to apply for the registration 5 days prior to effect the 5 days prior to the supply. 5 ದಿನಕ್ಕಿಂತ supply ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ 5 ದಿನಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ they have to apply for the registration. Okay. Example, I want to do the supply on 24th November. I am planning to start my supply in India or in other states as casual taxable person or NRTP. What is the latest date within which I should apply for the registration?
19th.
19th November.
In November.
Okay. This is the first provision. Second provision, the registration, when they have applied, it will be granted for a period of 90 days. How many days? For a period of 90 days, registration will initially be granted. How many days of registration they initially get? 90 days. The extension can also be given for a further period of 90 days. How many days extension can be given? 90 days extension. Total registration should not exceed 180 days. If the registration wants to extend beyond 180 days, this person has to get compulsory registration. Now, whatever they are giving 90 days and extension of another 90 days, 180 days, it will be temporary. If they are supplying beyond 180 days, if they want to have the supply beyond 180 days, they have to get compulsory registration. This is the second provision, and the extension is the third provision. Compulsory registration after extending 180 days is the fourth provision. 4 question idr mele frame ಮಾಡಬಹುದು they can. Fifth one, listen carefully this one. Before they effect the supply, these two people, before they effect the supply, they have to deposit the estimated GST which is going to collect on supply with the government. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಏನಾದ್ರು?
Yes, sir.
ಏನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು? ನಾಗೇಂದ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಎಸ್ ಎಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಏನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಏನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಹೇಳಿ ಮತ್ತೆ.
ಸರ್, ಇದು ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ನಂದದ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪೇ ಮಾಡೋದು ಮೇನ್.
ಮಾಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನು? See, listen carefully. Before they effect the supply, they have to estimate the GST liability in advance and deposit the same with the government. ಅವರು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾನು 20 ಲಕ್ಷದಷ್ಟು ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ನ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೇನಾದ್ರು 12% ಏನಾದ್ರು GST ರೇಟ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ 20 lakhs into 12%. How much? 20 lakhs get 12% ಎಷ್ಟು?
2,40,000.
2,40,000 rupees of GST has to be deposited in advance before they effect the supply. This is the fifth provision. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? All these things they would have given here. See, casual taxable person, non-resident taxable person, these two. GST law prescribes special procedure for registration as also for extension of the operation period of such casual or NRTP. CTP ಅಂತೀನಿ, NRTP ಅಂತೀನಿ, ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. They have to apply for registration. When they have to apply for registration, at least 5 days in advance.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ 5 ದಿನಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಸಪ್ಲೈ.
ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಎನಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈ, ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ₹1 ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ 5 ದಿನಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ನೀವು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು. Have I told you this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next, registration is granted to them or period of operation is extended only after they make advance deposit. ಏನನ್ನ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್? ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟೆಡ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ನೀವು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಿ GST, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟೆಡ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ, ನಾಟ್ ದಿ 100%. 20 ಲಕ್ಷ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಅದ್ರದಷ್ಟು ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 40 ಲಕ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಡೂ ದಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈ. ಓಕೆ. Registration is granted to them for a period specified in the registration certificate ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ ನಂಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ದಿನದವರೆಗೂ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ. 30 days or 90 days, whichever is less. Understood?
Sir, so in the entire lifetime of these two people, only 90 days plus 90 days is given. If they want more,
Not the entire life.
only one
One
time.
time. One
Okay.
time. See, now you are in Karnataka. You want to do some supply in Tamil Nadu. Now you don't have registration in Karnataka also. You want to do the supply in Tamil Nadu. What you will do? You will approach the GST officer. I am going to do the supply in Tamil Nadu. I want temporary registration. They will ask what type of business or supply you want to do. You will tell that I will going to do the commercial coaching. If the commercial coaching tax rate is 18%, assume it is not the correct one, it may not be correct one, 18%. And they will ask how much you may collect on the classes. You will tell 20 lakhs. 20 lakhs into 18%, 3,60,000. First you deposit and then start the class.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay. And while making the application for the registration, you will tell that please give me the registration until December 31st of 2022. Then they will give the registration till that date. Assume you will ask for the registration till 30th June of 2023 from today, or 28th February of 2023 from today. They will calculate. They will not give whatever you have mentioned in the application. They will restrict to maximum 90 days per term.
But
Before the expiry of 90 days, you have to request for the extension. They may grant the extension for further 90 days.
okay, sir.
Okay. And you believe that the demand is picking up. You want the further extension till 2024. They will tell we are not going to give the temporary registration. Better you apply for the permanent registration. You have to do the permanent registration process after the expiry of 180 days.
Okay.
This is all about registration.
But if he doesn't go with the permanent registration again, next time he can go for a same registration, 90%.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay. This is all about what? Registration. How many questions they may frame. If one second, whatever we have discussed today, we just glance through some of the question papers so that you guys will get the idea. What are all the topics we covered today? Composition living. Where I am not finding the voices of many people, are they?
Sir, we are there.
ಇವರು ವಾಣಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಎಸ್ಕೇಪ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೇನೆ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು. ಲೀವ್ ಇಟ್. ಯಾವ್ದಪ್ಪ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು? ಓಕೆ. They have given the shopper stop vouchers. Valuation we said no. Repossession car.
ಸರ್ ಇದು ಸರ್ ಇದೊಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಇದೆ. ಅದೊಂದು ರಿಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಸರ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅದು?
ರಿಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ನೀವು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಗಾಡಿನ ವಾಪಸ್ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ.
ಹಾ ಸರಿ.
ನೀವು ಡಿಗ್ರಿಲಿ ಓದಿಲ್ವೇನ್ರಿ ಹೈರ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್?
ಹಾ ಇದು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಇತ್ತು ಸರ್ ಮೀನ್.
ಅದೇನೇ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು, ಅದೇನೇ ರಿಪೋಸಿಷನ್.
ಹೌದಾ ಸರ್.
$77 ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ITC.
As per section 16 available to on fulfillment of condition. ಏನೇನ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್? ಏನೋ ಅದು ಕೀವರ್ಡ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ಗೆ 4 ಪದ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, 4 ಲೆಟರ್. ಯಾವ್ದದು? DRP, R square, DR square P. D ಅಂದ್ರೇನು?
ಡಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್.
ಏನದು ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ?
ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು.
ಅದೇನೆ ಏನದು? ಇನ್ವಾಯ್ಸ್.
ಇನ್ವಾಯ್ಸ್.
Is it the invoice is given here?
ಎಸ್.
ಎಸ್, ಇದು ಒಂದು ಆನ್ಸರು. ರೆಸಿಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾ?
ಎಸ್
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಆರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೆಸಿಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಇದೆ.
ಎಸ್. ಪಿ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು?
ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್.
ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್
ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಎಸ್.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು?
ರಿಟರ್ನ್.
ರಿಟರ್ನ್
ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಕೊಡೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಹಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್, ಇದೆ. ಫರ್ನಿಶ್ಡ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಇದೆ.
4 ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ?
ಹೌದು.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ?
ಡಿ, ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಅಬೌವ್ 4.
ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಅಬೌವ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 78. ಇದು 18(1). ನೋಡೋಣ. ಎ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಶಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಎಂಟೈಟಲ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ITC. 18(1) ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು? ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ITC?
1 year.
1 year. ಯಾವಾಗಿಂದ?
Date of invoice.
ಯಾವ್ದು ಆನ್ಸರು?
ಡಿ.
E.
ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆಯ್ತು ITC?
2 questions.
2 ಕ್ವಶನ್.
ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 4-5 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋಂಗೆ. ಇದು ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ ITC ಆಯ್ತಾ? ರಿಲೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೆಷಿನ್. ಯಾವ್ದೇಳಿ ನೋಡೋಣ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಚೇತನ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮೆಷಿನ್. Chetan Prasad purchased a machine of value 2,50,000 on which GST at 18%. 2,50,000 ಗೆ 18% ಎಷ್ಟು? ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್.
45,000.
45,000 ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅದು ಆಯ್ತಾ? ವಾಸ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಇನ್ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಯಾವತ್ತಿರೋದು?
3rd April 2018.
3/4/2018 ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಹಾ. This machine was used by him in manufacturing of exempted goods. First exempted alidda. Okay. When he was in exempted supply, he wouldn't have taken the ITC. ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ITC ತಗೊಂಡಿರಕ್ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ರೀ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೀನಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನಿಲ್ದೇ ಇರೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಆಯ್ತಾ? When he was in exempted supply, he was not eligible to take the ITC. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. However, the supplies manufactured by him became taxable ಯಾವತ್ತಿಂದ?
1/11/2019.
1/11/2019 ಇಂದ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಬಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಯಾವ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿಗೆ ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ?
3 subsection.
ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ.
ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್.
ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ.
ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್.
ಓಕೆ, ನೋಡಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗಳು ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. He claims that he is entitled for ITC on this machine because being used in the manufacturing of taxable supplies. Find the amount of ITC available to him, if any, relating to this machine. ಈ ಮಿಷಿನ್ಗೆ ITC ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
$29,250.
ಹೌ
GST is 45,000. Number of quarters is 7.
How many quarters?
7.
Calculate. Tell me how.
20. 20 is the number of quarters. Number of quarters ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, months.
ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು, ಮಂತ್ ಅಲ್ಲ.
Sir, in example we took months.
No. It is the another example. ವೈಸಾ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಮಂತ್.
Okay.
ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಬಲ್ ಇಂದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಹೋದಾಗ ಮಂತ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಇಂದ ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಹೋದಾಗ ಮಂತ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವುಗಳು ತುಂಬಾ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಂಗ್, ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೌಂಡ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಒಂದಷ್ಟನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ ಅವಾಗವಾಗ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ 4 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದೇ 2, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ ಇದೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಅನುಪಮ.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ
7 quarter ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
ಹೇಳಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ ಇದೆ? 2018 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ ಇದೆ?
2018 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ ಇದೆ. ಏಪ್ರಿಲ್ ಮೇ ಜೂನ್, ಜುಲೈ ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್ ಅಕ್ಟೋಬರ್ ನವೆಂಬರ್ ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್.
ಓಕೆ, 2018 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಆಯ್ತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನವೆಂಬರ್ 2019 ಅಲ್ಲಿ
ಜನವರಿ ಫೆಬ್ರವರಿ ಮಾರ್ಚ್, ಏಪ್ರಿಲ್ ಮೇ ಜೂನ್, ಜುಲೈ ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್, ಅಕ್ಟೋಬರ್ ನವೆಂಬರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್.
ನವೆಂಬರ್ ಒಂದೇ. ನೀವು ಅಕ್ಟೋಬರ್ 1ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು 1 ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ತಗೋಬೇಕು.
ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನವೆಂಬರ್ ಆಗಿರೋ
4 + 3 7 ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ ಆಯ್ತು. 7 × 5 ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು?
35.
35% ನ ನೀವು 45,000 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 45,000 ನಿಮಗೆ 2,50,000 × 18% ಮೈನಸ್ 35%.
Yes sir.
29,250. 250.
79.
A.
79 ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಯಾವುದು?
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, A
ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಹೌದು.
ನೋಡಿದ್ರಾ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿ ನಂಗೆ. 76 ಬಾಬಾ ಆಟೋಮೊಬೈಲ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈಡ್. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ. ಬಾಬಾ ಆಟೋಮೊಬೈಲ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ದ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ಗೋಗಿಯಾ ಆಟೋಮೊಬೈಲ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಮಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾರ್ಚ್ 20. ದಿ ಇನ್ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 4,72,000. ಇನ್ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಇನ್ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. 4,72,000 ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್. 4,72,000 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ? 18%. ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಬೇಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಬೇಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಿವಿ ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು? ಹೌ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್?
4,70,000 divided by 118 into 100.
into 100. ಯಾರಿದು? ಚೇತನನೋ ಅನುಪಮನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು?
ಚೇತನ ಸರ್.
ಎಷ್ಟು?
4 lakhs.
4 lakhs is the value. 77 ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. 78 ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. 79 ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. Inox Limited engaged in the manufacture of electrical appliances provides the details of GST paid on various items during the month of Jan 20 and ask you to find out the amount of ITC. ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ITC ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ?
अब वो लोग बोल रहे हैं कि नहीं हमें उसमें नहीं था, हमें दूसरे वॉल्यूम में चाहिए था. वो 70 हम लोग क्लेम कर सकते हैं क्या? मैं दूसरे वाले 2 वॉल्यूम दिए, एक में 5 एक में 2 मांग रहे, वो दे देता हूँ, और वो जो वॉल्यूम मैंने जिसमें गलती से ऐड कर दिया था वो
ಇಲ್ಲಿ
डिटेल मैं
ಏನೇನ್ ನಾವು
आपको
ಕಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು?
1-on-1 में डाल देता हूँ, आप उसको रिक्लेम मार देना। हाँ, क्योंकि मेरे को रिक्लेम का
हाँ।
प्रोसेस पता नहीं है। ये जो फ्रेशर
ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ 17.5 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ,
डिटेल भी दे दूंगा जिसमें वो गलती से मैंने ऐड किया, तो
ಅದನ್ನ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಯಾವ್ದಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಐ ಟಿ ಸಿ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಸಿ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಜಿ ಎಸ್ ಟಿ ಪೇಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್. ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಜಿ ಎಸ್ ಟಿ ಸಿಗತ್ತಾ? ಹಾ, ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಾಕಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಮೆನಿ ಟ್ರಕ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್, ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರಕ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಜಿ ಎಸ್ ಟಿ ಇದು ಜಿ ಎಸ್ ಟಿಗೆ ಐ ಟಿ ಸಿ ಸಿಗತ್ತಾ? ಮಿನಿ ಟ್ರಕ್ಸ್, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್.
Sir, but within 31 or more than 13 ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು.
ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕದು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗೋದು?
ಮೋಟಾರ್ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್.
ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕದು?
Of persons.
ಟ್ರಕ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಫುಲ್ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ, 2 lakhs ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ. ಫುಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪೇಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್, ಫುಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬೆವರೇಜಸ್ ಸಿಗತ್ತಾ ಐ ಟಿ ಸಿ? ನೆನ್ನೆ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ನಾವು.
ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ?
ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವಾಗ? ಅದು ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ.
ಮತ್ತೆ if it's mandatory for the employer to provide,
ಅದು ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದಾನೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು?
ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಾ?
exempt.
ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಐ ಟಿ ಸಿ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ,
ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ.
ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಂಡೇಟರಿ ಆಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಲಾ, ದೆನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದಿ ಐ ಟಿ ಸಿ. ಆರ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಬಲ್ ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಫುಡ್ ಅಂತ ತರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸಿಗೋದು, ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಫುಡ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಂತೆ, ಯು ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ನು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಡಿಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ, ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. ಸಿಗೋದು ಇವೆರಡರ ಮೇಲೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟು? 5 lakhs. ಸಿ ಒಂದಷ್ಟನ್ನ ನಾನು ಇದು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಯು ಗೈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಲಿಟ್ಲ್ ಬಿಟ್. 81 ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 24 ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್. ಹೂ ಆರ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇದು 4ರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೇಬೇಕು? ಐ ಎಸ್ ಡಿ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಏನದು? ಕ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಸಿ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಕ್ಯಾಶುಯಲ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಬಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್. ಆರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು?
ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್.
ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಚಾರ್ಜು
ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
ಇದು ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಇವನು, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಇ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಆಪರೇಟರ್. ಇದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಾ ಇ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸಿ ಆರ್ ಇ. ಎ ಏನು? ಏಜೆಂಟ್. ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ. ಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಟಿ ಡಿ ಎಸ್, ಟಿ ಸಿ ಎಸ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ?
A person required to deduct tax under section 51.
ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಒಂದಾಯ್ತು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಯ್ತು 2. ಇವರಿಬ್ರು ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆಯ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ. ಸಿ ಆರ್ ಇ ಟಿ ಐ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್
ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇಂಟರ್ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? 4 ಇದೆ. ಯಾವ್ದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಆನ್ಸರು?
ಡಿ.
All the above.
Are you guys getting?
Yes sir.
Questions ಎಲ್ಲ
interstate supply of taxable goods.
ಇಂಟರ್ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಆಫ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್, ₹1 ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಇದೆ. ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಏನೋ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಿಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾನ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಿಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ?
ಕ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತಾ ಅದು?
ಕ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ನಾಟ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋದು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಿಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ.
ಇಂಟರ್ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಬಂದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಐಯಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, 2 ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಒಂದ್ರ ಲೈನ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದಿದೆ.
ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟರ್, ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಇದು A non-resident taxable person as per rule 13 of CGST shall submit an application in form number ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಾಕಿ, ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟಾಕಿ, with a valid passport at least ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನದೊಳಕ್ಕೆ?
5 days.
5 days. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ. 5 days ಇದೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಇದಿರಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ 83. The registered person shall submit an application as per rule 19 of CGST rules where there is any change in the particulars furnished in the application of registration in form number within 7 days. ವಿತಿನ್ 7 days ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅವನು ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲೂ 7 days 2 ಇದೆ. ಯಾವುದು ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇದ್ರ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಫಾರ್ಮು, ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ಟಿಕ್ ದಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇದೆರಡು ನನಗೆ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ನೋಡಲ್ಲ, ಬೇಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಆಯ್ತಾ. ರಿವೋಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲೇಷನ್ ಇದು ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ದೇನೆ. ರಿವೋಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲೇಷನ್, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಯ್ತು ನೋಡಿ. ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ 3 ಬಂತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 85 ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸು ಇದು ಬೇರೆ, ಇದು ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಟ್ಟಾಕಿ, ಇದು ಬೇಡ. ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಇದು ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ, ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರು. ದಿ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ರೆವಿನ್ಯೂ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಏನೇನೋ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ ರೀ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಸಿ ಹೌ ದಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್, ಯುವರ್ ಗೈಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್.
ಸರ್, ಅದು ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈಯರ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಪೇ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 9 ಸಬ್ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 5. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 9 ಸಬ್ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 5?
ಅದೇನೆ, ಇದು ಇ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಆಪರೇಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ 9(5) ಇರೋದು. ಅದೇ ಹ್ಯಾಟ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಹ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಹೌಸ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗು, ಎ ಅಕಾಮಿಡೇಷನು, ಟಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವ್ರುಗಳು ಹೂ ಗೆಟ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. ಈಗ ಓಲಾ ಅವ್ರದ್ದೇನ ಕಾರ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು
ಇಲ್ಲ,
ಯಾರ್ದದ್ ಕಾರು? ನಿಮ್ದು ಇರತ್ತೆ, ನಂದು ಇರತ್ತೆ ಕಾರು. ನಾನಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತವ್ರು.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓಲಾ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಇ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡರ್. ಓಲಾ ಅವರು ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಡ್. ಇ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ಆಪರೇಟರ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇವನ್ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ, ಅಮೆಝಾನ್, ಫ್ಲಿಪ್ಕಾರ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರುಗಳು.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಬಿಮಲ್, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕಾಣುತ್ತಾ? ಬಿಮಲ್ ಕಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಪ್ರೈಟರಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆನ್ 1/5/2020. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್. ಹಿಸ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಎಕ್ಸೀಡೆಡ್ ದಿ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾಂಡೇಟರಿ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಥ್ರೆಶೋಲ್ಡ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸೀಡ್ ಆಯ್ತಂತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸೀಡ್ ಆಯ್ತು? 5/9 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸೀಡ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ವಿತಿನ್ ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಡೇಸ್ ಹಿ ಇಸ್ ಲಯಬಲ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಡ್? ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನದೊಳಕ್ಕೆ?
30 days.
30 days ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಪ್ಲೈ? ಈಸಿನಾ? ಹಾ. 75. ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಒಬ್ಟೈನ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್? ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ?
ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್
ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರಲಿಸ್ಟ್
Plus
ನೋಡಿದ್ವಾ? ಎರಡನೇ
land.
ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್.
Yes.
ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೈಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್.
ಹೌದು ಸರ್.
ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾಗೇಂದ್ರ ಹೌದು 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 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಕೇಳ್ದಂಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇದ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಸಿ, ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ವೆನ್ ಯು ಗೈಸ್ ಸಿಟ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದಿ ಬುಕ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಸಿ. ನೀರ್ ಕುಡ್ದಷ್ಟು ಈಸಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟು. ಹಾ, 73. Which of the following utilization of input tax credit is not permitted? ಯಾವುದರಿಂದ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ITC ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ? ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್
ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್.
CGST against SGST, SGST against CGST ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಡಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬೋತ್ ಅಂತ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಇದ್ರೆ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು.
ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. CGST UTGSTನೂ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, UTGST CGSTನೂ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ 2, 4, 5 ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್? ಸಿ. ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 73. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 73, ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ. ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 73, ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವುದು? Are you guys getting? ಇದನ್ನೊಂದು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಲೆಡ್ಜರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ಅಮೌಂಟು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೂ ನೀವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಅಬೌವ್.
ಸರ್, ಯಾವ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಇದು? ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್
ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಲೆಡ್ಜರ್, ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಲೆಡ್ಜರ್ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಲೆಡ್ಜರ್ಗಳಿದೆ, 3 ಲೆಡ್ಜರ್. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತ್ತೆ. ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಮಾಡೋದು ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗತ್ತೀರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಮಾಡುವೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಇದೆ, ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ ಕೇಳಿ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೈಲೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಇದೆಲ್ಲಾನು. ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ಲೆಂಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಇಫ್ ಐ ಕೀಪ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್, ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಎಂಡ್ಲೆಸ್. 71, 71 ಎರಡೂ ಇದೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಟ್ರೇಡ್ LLP ಸೆಂಟ್ ರಾ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ಎ ಜಾಬ್ ವರ್ಕರ್. ಏನ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು? ರಾ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನದೊಳಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಅವನ್ಗೆ?
1 year.
1 year. ಯಾವ್ದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್? ಸಿ. ಈದರ್ ಬಿ ಬ್ರಾಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ನೋಡಿ, ಆರ್ ಸೋಲ್ಡ್ ವಿತಿನ್ 1 year ಒಳಗಡೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲಿಂದ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 70 ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಯಾವ್ದಿದು 70 ಕ್ವಶನ್? ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗುಡ್ಸ್ ನ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಯಾವ್ದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ನೀವು GST ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಏನೇಳೆ? Did you guys understand?
Yes, sir.
Where is it? Utilization special circumstances. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನಾ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅದನ್ನ?
18.5 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ
ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಲೆಕ್ಕ? ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. Do you guys remember this one? I just solved this one, right?
Yes, sir.
ಇವೆರಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು. ಇವೆರಡನ್ನ
ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
ಗೊತ್ತು, ಈಗ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳಿ ನಂಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಅಮೌಂಟ್. ನೋಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿರೋದೇ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ದಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್.
9,600.
9,600 ಆನ್ಸರೇ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ.
39,000.
ಆನ್ಸರೇ ಇಲ್ಲ.
39,000, sir.
ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಆನ್ಸರು?
A.
39 ಇರೋದದು.
39,000, sir, answer.
39 ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಎ ಆನ್ಸರು. ಅದೇನಾ 39 ಏನಾ?
Yes, sir.
ಹೌ?
GST payable is 60,000.
ಹೌ?
I mean, 5 lakhs into 12%.
5 lakhs ಇಂಟು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು.
Purchased.
ಅದಲ್ಲ, 60,000 ತಪ್ಪು. 60,000 GST ಪೇಯಬಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್.
Number of quarters is 7.
ಹೆಂಗೆ 7?
2019 3 quarters, 2020 4 quarters.
19 4 7 7 5 35% ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
39,000 is
39,000. ತಪ್ಪು. ವೆನ್ ದ ಮಿಷಿನ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೋಲ್ಡ್, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನು ನೋಡಬೇಕು. 1,50,000 ಇಂಟು 12%. ಅದನ್ನ
that is 18,000, sir. Higher of both is 39,000.
ಹಂಗೆ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. 18,000 or 39,000, whichever is higher should be considered. Question number 70, ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಎ 39 ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾರಿದು? ಅನುಪಮನ?
Chetna, sir.
ಚೇತನ. ಓಕೆ, 39,000 ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 70 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಯಾವುದು ಆನ್ಸರು? ಎ. Hmm. 68.
Option B.
Why?
1 year. ITC can be taken for maximum 1 year.
ಇದು ಯಾವ ಕೇಸಿಗೆ ಬೀಳತ್ತೆ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇದೇನೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿರೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕೇಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದಾನ? ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್? ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ದ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆರ್ 30th ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಆನ್ಯುವಲ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಫೈಲಿಂಗ್ ಡೇಟ್, ವಿಚ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೈಯರ್? ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕೇಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದಾನ? ಇಲ್ಲ 1 years ಕೇಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದಾನ? ಯಾವುದು ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ದಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ ದಿ ITC. Are you guys understanding? $67.
1 year.
1 year. ನೋಡಿ, 2 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಒಂದೇ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತು. 66 ಎಷ್ಟು ITC ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ನೋಡಿ. 66 ಈ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪನಿದು ಏನು ಪ್ರಾವಿಷನ್? I explained yesterday, I think. ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ ITC ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೋಬಹುದು? Did you guys forgot?
50%.
50%. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ 50% ಯಾವುದು ಆನ್ಸರು? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ they have the option of taking 50% credit and 50% will lapse.
Sir, where is it given, sir?
ಇದು ನೀವು ITC ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ,
Huh.
ITC ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ನಿನ್ನೆ ನಾನು ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದೆ.
696 ಪೇಜ್
696.
Okay.
ನಿನ್ನೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ. ಎಷ್ಟ್ರಿ ಇರೋದು ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದರಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದಿದೆ. 69 ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಾ ನಾವು. $69.
See, sir, answer.
ಯಾವುದು?
See,
ಹೆಂಗೆ?
3 lakhs into the 18%, sir.
ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು?
54,000 ಬಂದಿದೆ.
ಆಮೇಲೆ
The goods manufactured become chargeable with effect from 1/8/2020.
ನಾಗೇಂದ್ರ, ಹಿಂಗಾದ್ರೆ ಗೋವಿಂದ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್ ದಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ವೆರಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲಿ. ಹಂಗೆ ಕೊಡಂಗಿದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ 54 ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸಿ ದಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಫುಲ್ಲಿ. ಸಿ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್. Chand and Company bought a machine for rupees 3 lakhs on 1/4/2019 plus GST 18% was charged on it. The goods manufactured became chargeable with effect from 1/8/2020 ಗೆ. ಮುಂಚೆ ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ಗೂಡ್ಸು, ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು ITC ತಗೊಂಡಿರಲ್ಲ. ನೌ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಬಲ್ 1/8 ಗೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ITC ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಲಿಜಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇದೆ?
90,000.
90.
ಅಲ್ಲ, 90 or 54.
90 ಇಲ್ವಲ್ರಿ?
Whichever is lower or higher, sir?
ನೋ, ಇದು ಬರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. ಆರ್ ದೇ ಸೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್?
No.
ಸೇಲ್
ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು.
Okay.
ಸೊ ಹಂಗಾದ್ರೆ 5% ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಸರ್?
ಮತ್ತೆ 5% ತಾನೆ.
ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ 5% ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ.
ಯಾವ ಡೇಟ್ ಇಂದ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು?
1/4/2019 ಇಂದ.
2019 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ ಆಯ್ತು? 1/4 ಅಂದ್ರೆ
3 quarters.
3 ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ಸ್. 2020 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ ಆಯ್ತು?
3 quarters.
ಹೆಂಗೆ?
ಜನವರಿ, ಫೆಬ್ರವರಿ, ಮಾರ್ಚ್, ಏಪ್ರಿಲ್, ಮೇ, ಜೂನ್, ಜುಲೈ, ಆಗಸ್ಟ್.
ಜೂನ್, ಜುಲೈ, ಆಗಸ್ಟ್.
6 quarters, 6 into 5 is 30%.
ನೋಡಿ, ಜನವರಿ, ಫೆಬ್ರವರಿ, ಮಾರ್ಚ್ 1, ಏಪ್ರಿಲ್, ಮೇ, ಜೂನ್ 1, ಜುಲೈ, ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ 1, 3 ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3, 6 ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್. 6/5 30% ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 3 lakhs into 18% ಮೈನಸ್ 30% ಮಾಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ?
37,800.
ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ?
D.
ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ 54,000, 20,000, 10,000 ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡೋದು. ಕಲ್ಲು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಿಡೋದು? ಬಿದ್ರೆ ಬೀಳ್ಳಿ ಹಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನೀವು ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಕೇಳಿ. ನೀವು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ನಂಬರ್ ಹೇಳೋದು, ಅದು ಅಡ್ಡೇಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಗುಡ್ಡೇಟ್ ಸರಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಸರಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದಾಗಿತ್ತು 54. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೈಸ್ ಗೋ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ 100% ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಕೇಳಿ. ಈವನ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಸಿಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್, ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿಲ್ವಾ, ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ರುವೆ ಐ ಮೇ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ 70 ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಪೇಪರು ಅಷ್ಟು ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಕಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಸ್ಕೇರ್ಡ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ. ಯು ಗೈಸ್ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ದಟ್. ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ. ಓಕೆ,
ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಿ ಸರ್. ಸರ್, ಇದು ಸೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಹೈಯರ್ ರೇಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ತಗೊಬೇಕು. ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್?
ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ, ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಬಲ್ ಇಂದ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ, ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಇಂದ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಇಂದ ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ, ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಬಲ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ, ಆದಾಗ ನೀವು ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೆಂಗೆ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ನೋಡಿ. ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ 5% ಆ ತರ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಇಂದ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ 5% ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ ಆ ತರ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಅದೇ ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಕೇಸ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಇದ್ರಿ ಎಕ್ಸಮ್ಟ್ ಬಂದ್ರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನಾ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು?
ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್
60 ಇಂದ ನೀವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. 60 ಇಂದ ಯೂಸೇಜ್ ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನೇಟ್. ಅದೇನೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಡೀಲರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರಿ, ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಡೀಲರ್ ಬಂದ್ರಿ, ಅವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ
ಹೈಯರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ತಗೋಬೇಕು.
ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆರ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ 5% ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಯಾವ್ದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ನೋಡಿ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಎರಡು ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಈ ಎರಡು ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಇದೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಇದೀನಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಈ ಎರಡು ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಈ ಎರಡು ಕೇಸೇ ಬೇರೆ, ಈ ಎರಡು ಕೇಸೇ ಬೇರೆ.
ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ ತಗೋತೀವಿ.
ಈ ಎರಡು ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ 5% ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕಡೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇದು GST ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸು, GST ITC minus 5% whichever is higher. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇದು ನೋಡಿ, Alpha Limited dispatched on 10/9/2019 raw material to Beta Limited for conversion into finished product job work. ಆಯ್ತಾ? Beta Limited manufactured and supplied the finished goods to Alpha Limited on 10/1/2021. 10/1/21 ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. The input tax credit on raw material at 5% was 3 lakhs. The finished goods were sold on 17/1/21 for 100 lakhs and output tax was 12%. What would be the net output tax liability? Output tax liability ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು? ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯೋದು?
Sales into 12%.
ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು 12% ಮೈನಸ್ ITC. ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ?
100 lakhs.
ಇಂಟು 12% ಎಷ್ಟು?
12 lakhs.
12 lakhs ಮೈನಸ್ 3 lakhs ಎಷ್ಟು?
9 lakhs.
9 lakhs.
B.
ಇದಾಯ್ತು. ನೋಡಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರು ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರಿಂದನೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಶನ್. 77 ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಸೀಕಿಂಗ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಡಿಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್. ನಂಗನ್ನಿಸ್ತಂಗೆ ಇದು 7 ಡೇಸ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟಿಮೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಇದು ನೋಡಿ, ನಾನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಇದು ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ, ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ. ಇದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಲೇ ಇರತ್ತೆ. ರೆಕ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಲೇ ಇರತ್ತೆ.
ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಇದು? ಆಡಿಟರ್
ಅಲ್ಲ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅದು.
ಸೊ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಸರ್?
ಅದೇನೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲೇಷನ್, ರಿವೋಕೇಶನ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲಾನು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾನು ಇದರಿಂದ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಈ ಬುಕ್ಕಿಂದ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದು, ಈ ಬುಕ್ಕಿಂದ ಅರ್ಥನೇ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ. ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಫಾರ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಇದರಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇದರಲ್ಲೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಥೆಂಟಿಕೇಶನ್, ಆಧಾರ್ ಅಥೆಂಟಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಓದಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1-2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೇನೆ ಮೇನ್ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಫಾರ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಇದನ್ನ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿರ್ತದೆ, ವೆರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್, CMP REG4 ಏನೇನೋ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಗಳಿತ್ತು ನೋಡಿ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್, ಗ್ರಾಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇದ್ರಂಗೆ, TTS TCS ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಂಗೆ, NRTP ಇದಂಗೆ, ಅಮೆಂಡ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನದೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತಾನೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಫಾರ್ಮ್ 14 within 15 days ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್. ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಎಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾನೆ ಆಯ್ತಾ. 14 days 15 days ಒಳಕ್ಕೆ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲೇಷನ್, ಸಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ರಿವೋಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನ ರಿಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲೇಷನ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ರಿವೋಕೇಶನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ರಿವೋಕೇಶನ್. ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಓದೋದು ನನ್ಗೇನು ವರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ನೋಡಿ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಥೆಂಟಿಕೇಶನ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಲೈನ್ ಬೈ ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಮೆಂಡ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲೇಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಸಸ್ಪೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ತಿರುಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದಾನೆ ಏನೇನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ. ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ವಾಯ್ಸಸ್ ವಿತಿನ್ 30 days ಆಫ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಇಶ್ಯೂ ದಿ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ವಾಯ್ಸ್, ಅದು 31 ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇರೆ ಕಮ್ಮಿ. ವಿತಿನ್ 30 days ಒಳಗಡೆ ನೀವು ಇನ್ವಾಯ್ಸಸ್ ನ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಇಷ್ಟಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. 15 days ಡಿಫಿಷಿಯಂಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೆಕ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ಗೆ. ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನದೊಳಕ್ಕೆ? 30 days ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಡೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ. ಇದು ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್.
ಸರ್, ಇದೊಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಡೌಟ್. ಅದು 37,800 ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬಂತಂತ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಸರ್ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಮ್ಗೆ?
ಯಾರು 37,800 ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು? ಅದು 3 ಲಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ 12% ಏನೋ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಹೌದು ಸರ್, ಅದೇ
ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದನ್ನು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 9 35% ಏನೋ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು.
3 lakh into 18% ಅಂತ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
ಅದೇನೆ 3 lakh into 18% ಹಾಕಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. 84 ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡೋದು.
ಸರ್, ಇದು 3 lakh into 18% ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 54,000 ಬಂತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು?
ಅದು ಏನಿದೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ನಾನು ಮರ್ತೋಗಿದೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಗೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಸರ್, ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಮಾಡಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್
ಇದು 84 ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಇದೊಂದು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡಿ, ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಎ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಆಸ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ GST 50%, CGST 60%, SGST 90% ಇದೆ, 90,000 ಇದೆ. IGST 50, CGST 60, SGST 90,000 ಇದೆ. ITC IGST 90,000 ಇದೆ, CGST 30,000 ಇದೆ, SGST 38,000 ಇದೆ. How much is the net tax liability or ITC after set off? ಯಾವುದು ಕ್ವಶನು? ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್? IGST ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ? 90,000. ಸಾರಿ 50,000. 50,000 ಯಾರು? ಹೌದು ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರಿ. 60,000
ಮತ್ತೆ 90,000
90,000. ಓಕೆ, ITC ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ?
Input
ಎಷ್ಟಿದು?
90 ಇದೆ.
90 ಇದೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಇರೋದೇ 50. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾನು 50 ಫುಲ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಇನ್ನ 40,000 ನಂಗೆ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ITC. ಇದು 30, 38, 30, 38. ಓಕೆ, ಡಿಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ನಂಗೆ ಡಿಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ನಂಗೆ 30 ಮತ್ತೆ 52,000 ಇದೆ. ನನ್ಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇರೋದು 40. ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಈ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಅವನು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದಾನ? IGST ನಿಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾನೆ. ನೆಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇದು ಆನ್ಸರ್. IGST 40,000, CGST 30,000, SGST 52,000. 30,000, 52,000, negative 40,000.
ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳೋ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್?
ಅವನು ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಅವನು ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ? ನೀವು ಫುಲ್ ನ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
ಸರ್ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ
ಆರ್ ಯು ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಮೈ ಆನ್ಸರ್? ಸಿ,
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಈ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳಿದಾರಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅದು
ಅದೇನೆ ಅವನು ಅದನ್ನ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಕೇಳಿ. ನೋ 40,000 is remaining. You can use entire 38,000 here. ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ 38,000 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಸಾರಿ, ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ? 40,000 ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು. 40,000 you can use it here, or you can use it 30,000 here, 10,000 here. I will use 10,000 here, 30,000 here. 20,000 ಜನ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ 20,000 ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೇನೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅವನು.
ಸರಿ, ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ IGST ಫಸ್ಟ್ 0 ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ?
IGST 0 ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು.
ಹಂಗಾದ್ರೆ ಅದು
ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್? CGST
IGST 0 ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ IGST 0 ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ IGST 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ IGST 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅವನು CGST ನ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ 30,000. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ 10,000 ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಗೈಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 30,000 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನ 10,000 ಹಾಕ್ತಾನೆ.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್,
ಇಲ್ಲಿ 40,000 ಹಾಕೋತಾನೆ ಅವನು. ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ದು ಇದೆಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು? ಸಾರಿ,
CGST ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್? ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್ IGST ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ?
ಅದೇನೇ ರೀ, ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ತರ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. ಈಗ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ IGST ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದಿ IGST ಈ 40,000 ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನ ಹೌ ವಿಲ್ ಯು ಅಲೋಕೇಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ SGST and CGST is depends on individual.
Yes sir, but at 30
I will allocate 1 rupee to CGST, 39,399 rupees to SGST. Is it allowed or not?
Allowed, any manner.
Allowed, alwa? You will allow 10,000 here, 30,000 here. Is it allowed or not?
Yes sir, allowed.
Allowed. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಅನುಪಮ 2 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ, 39,998 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೋತಾರೆ. ಅಲೌಡ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್?
Allowed sir.
ಅಲೌಡ್. ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ
ಸರ್, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಡೌಟ್.
ಹಾ,
30 ಮತ್ತೆ 38,000 ಹಾಕಕ್ಕಿಂತಾನೆ ಮುಂಚೆ 40,000 ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಡೌಟ್.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅದರದ್ರದ್ದು ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
ಓಕೆ,
ಅದರದ್ರದನ್ನ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲಿಂದ ಈಚೆ ಕಡೆ ಇದನ್ನ ತಗೋಬೇಕು.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ ओके गाइस, थैंक यू सो मच.
धर्मेंद्र ने वो एक 3
सुरेश,
नेक्स्ट क्लास ऑन थर्सडे. ओके,
CCL का है, मतलब ये CLO में देख सकती है.
ನೋಡಿ ಆನ್ಸರು ಏನು ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಸೀನು ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಆನ್ಸರು ಯಾವ್ದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. 84 ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಯಾವ್ದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಎ ಅಥವಾ ಸಿ ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆನ್ಸರು.
रीजन में एक स्पेस की कमी चल रही है.
84 ಎ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಎ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ CGST ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಇನ್ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದು ಸಿ ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಲಿಖಿತ ಕುಶಾಲ ಯಾರಿದು?
ಕುಶಾಲ್.
बेवकूफ बनाकर हमने
ಕುಶಾಲ್,
केस अभी तक credit
ನೀವ್
नहीं किया।
ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆನೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ he has wiped off the IGST, then whatever the balance comes he has taken from the CGST account.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಎ ಇಂದ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅವನು.
ಸರ್ ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸೆಲ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ?
One second. See here first he has taken IGST credit, ಇದನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ minus 30,000.
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಸರ್. ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 20 ಹಾಕಿ ಸರ್, ITCಲಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ
-20.
-20 ಯಾವುದು?
IGST ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ. SGST ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲೂ -20 ಹಾಕಿ ಸರ್.
ಇದಾ?
ಅಲ್ಲ SGST ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್.
ಓಕೆ
ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಸರ್, ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಬ್ರು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗಿ 2020 ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ
20 ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಕೇಳಿ. ಈ ಲೆಕ್ಕಕ್ಕೆ 50,000 ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಇತ್ತು. ಇನ್ 40,000 ನಂಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ IGST ಇದೆ. ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ 40,000, if I set off entire 40,000 here, my CGST credit will be 20,000. I can set off here. I can bring 10,000 additionally. I mean to say the balance 10,000 of CGST to the next year. ಅದು ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಈ ಲೆಕ್ಕನು ತಪ್ಪು. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಕೇಳಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅದರದೇ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್? CGST ITC ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು? 30,000 ಇತ್ತು. ಅದನ್ನ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ CGST ಟು ಬಿ ಪೇಯಬಲ್?
30.
ಈ 30ನ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ IGST ಇಂದ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ SGST ITC?
38.
38. Okay, now what is the IGST credit available after setting off CGST? 10,000. He has taken in this way. This is wrong. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ರಾಂಗು? ಇದು ಯಾವ ವರ್ಷದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರು ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗ ರಾಂಗ್ ಅದು ಅಂತ. ವಿಚ್ ಇಯರ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಐ ಓಪನ್ಡ್? ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ 21
ಜೂನ್ 2021 ಸರ್.
ಜೂನ್ 2021. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಮೆಂಡ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಅಮೆಂಡ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ದಿಸ್ ITC IGST ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಎಕ್ಸಸ್, ದಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ CGST ಇನ್ ದಿ IGST ಇನ್ ಎನಿ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಆಯ್ತು. ಮುಂಚೆ ಈ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ CGST ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ನ IGST ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿತ್ತು. ದೇ ಮೇಡ್ ದಿ ಅಮೆಂಡ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ of IGST towards payment of CGST and SGST in any proportion ಅಂತ ಆಯ್ತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗ ಆನ್ಸರು ನಾಟ್ ಹೋಲ್ಸ್ ಗುಡ್. ಆನ್ಸರು ಈಗ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ತಪ್ಪದು. ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರು 50,000 ಇದು ಎ ಅಂತ ಟಿಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ತಪ್ಪು.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಇವಾಗ ಯಾವ್ದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್?
ಈಗ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಅದೇ IGST -40 ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ CGST 30, SGST 52 ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಟಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
ಈ ಸರಿ ಏನಾರ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ
ಈ ಸತಿ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಹಂಗೆ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಎನಿ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ
ಸರ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಆ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದಾನೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ದೆನ್ IGST ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ,
ಹೌದು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅದರ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಕೇಳಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮನೆ ಊಟ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಮನೆ ಊಟ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಫುಲ್ ಊಟ ಹಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಮನೆ ಊಟ ತಂದು ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇದು ಆಪ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಈಗ ಇದು.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಎಸ್.
ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ವೇ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್
CGST SGST ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಡಂಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರಲ್ಲ. ನೈಬರ್ಸ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರಲ್ಲ. ದೀಸ್ ಟು ಆರ್ ದಿ ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ಸ್. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಅವರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಯು ಬೋತ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಬಟ್ ಯು ಪೀಪಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ನೆವರ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್. ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ವೇ ಆ ಥರ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲಾನು.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ. Okay, thank you so much, guys. We can meet up in the next class.
Thank you, sir.